Thursday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Thursday. I'm your host for South Carolina weather, Joseph Peterson, and let's talk about the weather for your Thursday evening going to the future. Looking at the radar right now, not much going on for the state of South Carolina. So, as we scroll our way up, here's the MRMS right here. We do have some shower activity over here in Florida, as well as Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas, all receiving this threat for some potential rain. And then even as you get into portions of New Mexico, seeing some flooding, maybe even some storms happening in Kansas, as well as Oklahoma. Also up here in the Great Lakes region, up into Canada as well. Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic is looking good. The West is looking good. So again, the same region that's been looking good for a while are still looking good. Let's talk about cloud cover. Cloud cover right now is again pretty light. Even inside like the low country of South Carolina, parts of the PD region of South Carolina is receiving some of that light cloud cover. I'm also up there near the upstate of South Carolina. Upstate of South Carolina does have that threat for just some minor cloud cover, not much at all. Everyone else is looking pretty fine though, and as we get into the future in terms of cloud cover total percentage, maybe some cloud cover possible. And we'll probably even expand more as we get into like tomorrow morning, maybe as well. And then as we get into even like tomorrow afternoon as well, tomorrow afternoon, cloud cover still persistent, still persistent. Here's our current temperature: 73 in Columbia, 77 in Charleston, 77 in Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, 75 in Beaufort, 77 in Augusta, as well as 70 inside of Anderson, 70 inside of Union, 68 in Greenville, Spartanburg, and Rock Hill, as well as 75 in Sumter, 73 in Florence. Here's our low temperatures for tonight. Low temperature seems to be around 62 in Greenville, Spartanburg, as well as Rock Hill, 63 in Anderson, 63 in Greenwood, as well as 65 in Cheraw, 64 in Dillon, as well as 67 Columbia and Sumter, 65 in Florence, 65 in Kingstree, 69 in Myrtle Beach, 70 in Charleston, 68 inside of Georgetown, 72 in Hilton Head Island, 67 inside of Aiken. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours. You can see that we do have a threat for some precipitation mounting like a 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch for places like Aiken, Orangeburg, Barnwell, Charleston, Monk's Corner, as well as Myrtle Beach, as well, all has that threat. And then as you get into around Walterboro, around a 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible, quarter of an inch to a half an inch possible inside Hilton Head Island, and then around a half an inch to an inch possible near Savannah. But overall, that's pretty much the entire threat for rain. Obviously, some scattered shower. You can kind of see up there just to the south of Rock Hill, Greenville, and Spartanburg, and Lawrence as well. Not really much, except for maybe just like a little trace. No severe thunderstorms are possible as we move through tonight. No thunderstorms at all actually are expected through tonight. And as you get into tomorrow, the potential for some more thunderstorms are possible as you get into the low country of South Carolina, maybe even ports of the PD region of South Carolina. And as you go into day 3, Saturday, we do have a threat for some thunderstorms for the entire state of South Carolina, really. The entire state of South Carolina does have a threat for some thunderstorms. And even as you go into excessive rainfall, let's check this out. Nothing really for tonight except for down there near like Savannah, Beaufort as well. Tomorrow we do have a bit more of a wider threat that include like Charleston, North Charleston, Mount Pleasant, also over there near Allendale as well. Day 3, nothing for day 3, nothing for day 4, and nothing for day 5 either, so you're good in terms of all that. Here's the tropics right here. We'll talk about the tropics in just a second. First, I do want to talk about just the future. And here's the 18Z right here. Let's go to around 9 o'clock. Nothing really happening except for just some shower and thunderstorm activity near Beaufort. And then maybe even some shower activity going on around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning like a trace. Not much at all. Then showers will start to push in as you get to around 2, 3, 4 o'clock. but still pretty scattered. Then as we get to around 9 o'clock p.m., showers are really starting to push through. And then maybe even as we get the main threat for rain will actually be early morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning as well. That's when the majority of this rain will fall. And even as we get into like the afternoon hours on Saturday, Saturday, still some shower and thunderstorm activity going on through the entire, mainly like the Midlands and low country PD region as well. And that's pretty much all that is. Let's look at the National Hurricane Center and Central Pacific Hurricane Center. You can see that we do have some tropical development going on over here. Here's disturbance 1. Right now, just a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms over the northwestern Gulf of Mexico and associated with a broad area of low pressure. Upper level winds are expected to remain unfavorable for significant development, and although tropical cyclone development is unlikely, heavy rainfall will be expected to continue over portions of the northern Gulf Coast during the next day or so. Additional information on the system can be found by your local National Weather Service forecast office and high seas forecast issued by the National Weather Service. So a 10% chance of this thing forming. And as you go into disturbance 2, a gale force non-tropical area of low pressure centered a few hundred miles east of North Carolina is producing showers and thunderstorms with some signs of organization to the east of the center. The system could acquire some tropical or subtropical characteristics over the next day or so, while it moves generally north-northeastward, remaining offshore of the northeastern United States. The low is expected to move over cooler waters and become associated with fronts by early Saturday, and further development is not expected. Here's disturbance 3 right here. A tropical wave located over the western Caribbean Sea is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorm activity. Development is not expected before the system reaches Belize in the Yucatan Peninsula by early Friday. Some slow development is possible. A 20% chance of this thing forming over the next 7 days. Disturbance 4 is over here. An elongated trough of low pressure over the eastern tropical Atlantic is producing limited shower and thunderstorm activity. Development, if any, should be slow to occur during the next early part of next week. Disturbance 5, there is no chance of this thing forming, so we're not even going to talk about it. So that's pretty much all that's going on. You can check out satellite imagery as well. Let's show that right now real fast. So here's satellite imagery. And you can kind of see everything of what's going on as we get into the satellite imagery. You see everything that's going on. Just huge shower and thunderstorm activity going on over the entire Atlantic right now. Definitely still doing some very active activity right now. And it will probably continue. But let's go and let's talk about the future real quick. And then we'll talk with the audience, and then we'll be out of here for tonight. Here is the GFS model. As we push this forward, you can see that shower and thunderstorm activity will be associated with the low pressure. And I've already seen some people start talking about this I guess you can kind of classify this as a tropical rainstorm. I guess some people would like to say, you see we have a low pressure just off the coast of South Carolina, North Carolina. And honestly, I do think that it is possible that this could just be a tropical rainstorm, drop us a bunch of rain, and especially near the coastal regions as well, 1 to 2 inches possible. Definitely not going to be like any actual tropical storm rain or hurricane rain, but definitely a tropical rainstorm. That's going to be out of our hair by around September the 10th. Then we'll be good all the way through to September the 13th, where we could be hit potentially by maybe even another tropical rainstorm, maybe even a weak tropical, I'd almost say tropical depression almost. On September the 15th, we're going to watch for that. And then we have the 18Z doing 18Z stuff, has a major hurricane hitting over near North Carolina. We're not going to pay attention or say anything on that because that is incredibly too far out to talk about. But that's pretty much all that I have in terms of tonight. Let's go and let's talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what they have to say. Mr. Anthony says, good evening. Good evening to you. And then my cousin Trail says, hi, Joseph. Hello. that's all that we have in terms of chats. Let's go on and talk about San Antonio, Raleigh real quick. And we'll see if we have any more questions or comments after that. So here is San Antonio as we move through around 9, 10 o'clock. Maybe some scattered showers potentially possible as we go into around 12 o'clock in the morning tonight. But again, scattered, not really much at all. So, and no rain is expected after that. Let's wait for temperatures real quick. Also, while this is loading, make sure if you have not hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and that share button yet, please go on and do so. The new motto that we have is hit those two buttons for free, for pretty much free forecast. All you have to do is sign up, make an account, hit two buttons for free on your phone. You don't have to pay a single thing. You do not have to pay a single thing. It's completely free. You don't have to do anything except for just hit two buttons, and that's it. So make sure that you do that. Here's our low temperatures for tonight. For San Antonio, low temperatures around 72, high temperatures tomorrow at around 88, 89, low temperatures tomorrow night at around 69, and then high temperatures going to around 86, 87-ish going into your Saturday. As we move over here to Raleigh, North Carolina, let's move on. Low temperatures tonight seems to be getting around like 61-ish. High temperatures tomorrow around 77, 78. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 66. And then high temperatures go into around 73, maybe 74, 75 going into your Saturday. And some significantly hotter temperatures, like I'm guessing with all the rain that potentially will be falling, it's going to be significantly cooler, like in the 70s in the portions of South Carolina, but the place where no rain will be happening, it'll still be up in the 80s. So honestly, still you can see that difference pretty clearly on the temperature map. And speaking of rain, let's talk about rain for Raleigh as well. So over here for Raleigh, let's go on and talk about this as we move into tonight. Seems to be not really too much of a threat as you go into tomorrow. Not really too much for tomorrow. Real threat for rain will start at around like 7, 8 o'clock. So just for some scattered showers potentially. And that will just pretty much continue. Just that scattered storm. That scattered showers that will continue as you go into your Saturday. And then let's go on and talk about severe weather for Raleigh and San Antonio as well. Here is the severe weather. Here we can see that pretty much as we scroll my way out. Day 1, nothing for tonight, nothing for tomorrow, nothing for day 3, nothing for day 4, and nothing for day 5 in terms of excessive rainfall. And usually, like I say, if you don't see excessive rainfall, you usually don't see severe weather. Is that the case this time? It seems to be so, as there's no severe weather expected for either region. We did get some more chats. Let's go on and read those right now. My dad said we need some rain in Somerville. Yes. The last time that we have not received any rain this week. And that actually be a good time to talk about that. And actually, just reminded me too, we had to talk about the drought monitor. Drought monitor is out, and we do have a D1 in effect for portions. Let's read these counties out real quick. Abbeville County, Anderson County, Oconee County, and the places with the D2 drought, Pickens County and kind of like a small portion of northwestern Abbeville County is inside of a D2 drought. Everyone surrounding it, like McCormick County, Greenwood, Newberry, Lawrence, and Greenville County is in a D0 as well. And so that's everything in terms of the drought monitor. And in terms of, I actually do want to talk about when's the last time we've seen rain here. And actually, as I just push this back, the last time we've seen rain was on August the 30th. So Saturday, last week Saturday, was the last time we have seen rain here in Somerville, South Carolina. So that's that. And then my Nana says, hello, Jay. Hello. Yeah, I don't see any more comments after that. So if that's all that we have for tonight, I'm going to show the radar back up, still at 210. Like I said, we're trying to get to 250 by September 26th. We are 40 away. We are 40 away, and we have now exactly 3 weeks, 21 days, 3 weeks, about to be 20 days because this day is almost over. But yes, we do indeed have 3 more weeks until it is time for us to hit our deadline of September 26th, 3 weeks exactly. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and send it to people that you have not sent it to already so they can hit the subscribe button as well. But that's all that I have in terms for tonight. So hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of their Thursday, and I will be back tomorrow morning with another forecast update.